So there's been a lot of chat here on the network about the importance of the gunshot residue. What does it mean? What does it tell us? And, it's kind of it's okay, good to know, good to have, but it's not the end-all, be-all. And I have a question. Paul Townsend is here. He's a criminal defense attorney in the New York area. Paul, good to have you back, sir. Appreciate it. Here's my question for you. We know that Alec Murdaugh had the shotgun at the scene after the fact, that he went and got it because he, according to his statement to the police, was concerned that there might be these evildoers still around. He wanted to be protected. Is it possible that he, in part, did that because it would then explain gunshot residue found on anything he was near or touching? What do you think?
It's certainly possible. When you have a situation like this, where people are generally familiar with, through movies and TV, with the idea of gunshot residue, I think most people have a sense that when you discharge a firearm, there is some trace that gets left either on your hands or on clothing. So it's entirely possible that he knew that something like this was coming and that he decided to plan ahead and was holding the gun knowing that gunshot residue could be transferred from the gun, whether or not he potentially shot it. This is an area of South Carolina where most, if not everyone, owns guns, is familiar with guns, has taken courses on gun safety, and would be familiar with things like gunshot residue. So it's certainly possible that this was part of some kind of plan that Alec Murdaugh put together.
So it seems to me, and I do see that the court has some buzzing activity there. I think the jury's coming in. So let me ask you a quick question before we find out exactly what they're up to there in South Carolina. If you are relying a lot on gunshot residue, seems to me your case ain't so good.
Yeah, I think that's right. In this particular case, I don't think the gunshot residue really is going to be the focal point of the prosecution. It's certainly a nice thing for them to have because it's something that the jury can kind of fall back on and say, okay, this is something that I'm familiar with. But yeah, if you're the prosecutor and your case just comes down to gunshot residue and the person was holding a gun when the cops came, it's not necessarily a strong argument. It's something that a defense attorney can really kind of poke holes in.